This video contains spoilers for Persona 5, viewer discretion is advised. We've covered the main Phantom Thieves posse, but there are plenty of other confidants to look at. This week I want to look at waifu favorite / sexual predator Kawakami. Honestly, during my playthrough, I found Kawakami to be boring at best and mean at worst, but it does make sense for her character and the things she went through. I want to take a second to thank my Patreon supporters. You guys make me smile and I'm so happy for your support. If you want to support me, the link to do so is in the comments, but as always, this is completely optional. Let me clarify. I recognize that there are two ways to view Kawakami's character. One of them is from the perspective of a 17+ individual who is playing this game as themselves. If I were to romance a 30-year-old teacher, it would be less creepy as I'm almost 25. But if I'm role-playing as Joker, that is a 16 to 17-year-old boy, and it would still be looked down upon in Japan regardless of age consent laws. I say this not to roast this character. I honestly think that if you play it as Joker himself, it just adds to the tragedy and mental health difficulties that Kawakami deals with. Kawakami is described as looking youthful and appears to be bored with her teaching position. But what appears as boredom and fickleness is actually anhedonia. Anhedonia is the loss of interest in things that used to bring you joy, and it's one of the 9 symptoms of depression. And I think at the end of the day, Kawakami is clinically depressed. And if I'm going to use my clinical judgment, I do believe that Kawakami was depressed prior to the incident with her previous student. If you're watching this video without completing Kawakami's confidant, shame on you. But also, I'm not your real dad, so whatever, you do you. Basically, she says she needs to make extra money because her sister is sick, which is a lie. She admits that this is a lie and tells Joker about Takase, the student she used to tutor. Her old principal told her she can't tutor him because the rumors about him, so she needs to stop or resign. She calls Takase to tell him this, and then right after he dies in a car crash because of the rain and he's suffering from exhaustion due to his part-time job and studying. His adopted parents blame Kawakami for this, and they threaten to sue her unless she can pay them off. Then basically they keep demanding more money and Kawakami becomes a maid to try to make things end. The exhaustion of her work and feeling of being trapped leads to that anhedonia. In fact, it's implied that if Joker didn't go to mementos to change the adopted parents' minds, Kawakami would have been manipulated into the sex trade. So that's that in a nutshell. Kawakami doesn't relate well to adults. The adults that she regularly has contact with, such as her colleagues, Takase's parents, and her customers, only serve to further alienate her. But she's able to relate to these young men. Now, she is aware of consent, the ethical issues, but her need to be accepted ultimately can override this. And I have a feeling that she also related to Takase as more than just a tutor. Not to say that she actually crossed any lines with him, but I think at her core, Kawakami has a need to be accepted that says a lot about how she feels about herself and what she experienced growing up. At the end of the day, I think Kawakami is a sad woman who longs for acceptance and has good intentions. Perhaps this was more somber than I anticipated, but in my heart, that's who I believe she is. If you like this video, give it a like and yell at me in the comments about how I'm wrong. I like it when you do that. Thanks for watching.